Oh, hell no. Welcome, welcome. I am trying to get everything coordinated. Um, let's see if I can see. There's the comments. Okay. There we go. I see you, Miss Lori. I figured out how to do it on my phone through StreamYard. So apparently on YouTube, they've updated the settings to where, oh, there we go. They've updated YouTube in the settings to where now you have to have 50 subscribers to be able to go live directly from the app in your phone. But, luckily I do most things through StreamYard anyway, because it's got more versatility on the banners and all of that. I am trying to get it to go live on TikTok here. Give me just a second. I had everything set up, and then all of a sudden my computer is literally just like gave up the ghost. So I may have to do a hard reset on my laptop after the live, and actually wipe the memory. Yeah, I don't know. I finally got my Zoom fixed with the little background, and it crashed the whole PC laptop. So I may have to just delete the whole hard drive because everything's on a cloud anyway. And do that. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna do it here for you, Miss Lori, and then I will do a separate live for TikTok. Because right now it's too hard to coordinate both. But I'm doing some tarot reading today, and it's kind of really cool for you there, Miss Lori, because you really get one-on-one, kind of get one-on-one attention if you want it. It's technically a collective read, so but Lori's the one tuning in here, so she gets the specialized attention, right? Early bird gets the worm there. So that's the advantage of actually tuning into the live. If you're the only one, then I just read for you, right? Because you're the collective. Now, people may watch this later. So how readings work, there's really I don't like putting timelines because free will kicks in when you do a tarot reading. I've done them for a long time. Just kind of I've been off and on as far as doing it live, but I do it a lot for my friends and family, and I'm pretty accurate with it. I tell people free will factors pretty big with a tarot read, right? So just kind of some caveats because people may watch this later. Your one decision can change the whole readout. So whatever I'm reading is a snapshot of usually right now or in the near future, right? It's usually in those two categories, right? Now, my spirit team does something called channeling. They will give me very targeted message. I've done these before and gotten coordinates for missing people. So, just an FYI, sometimes they do come in with very targeted, specific information that may not make sense 100% to me, but it might make sense to you, right? So just keep that in mind. You'll see my link tree scrolling across the banner. That's, follow me on all my socials. I do this on TikTok too. Definitely subscribe to my other medias and my LinkedIn. I'm trying to build that up too. So, add me to LinkedIn too. Yeah, let's get started. So I can answer questions as I go. But yeah, that is the caveat. So your free will factor is pretty big. So no matter what I pull out of this deck, your free will overrides everything, right? So just keep that in mind. You can make one decision, and that decision is solid, and it can change the whole readout. So just keep that in mind. Take what you like and leave the rest. And let's get started. So they have what they call, even though Miss Lori's the one I'm focused on right now, if you watch this later, it may apply to you too. We call those postcards, right? So you may get a postcard from my reading with Lori. You may actually get a postcard for yourself too, right? If you watch later. So here we go. Now, this is really cool. deck. Sorry. I like this one. This one actually has it's the Rider-Waite, but it's got a design on it that looks like crows. Right? So that's the one I'm using right now. Now I've got other decks. I've got like a career deck, which we could actually do that one. I prefer people not to tell me what their question is. That makes it more authentic because my team will literally pull it out of the ether. So I tell people, you know, don't tell me anything about what you're thinking about in your head. So I want you to concentrate on what you want to know. And then I'm going to kind of tune in for here just a second. And I'm going to tune in for just a second and then see what they see. Now, I can do multiple decks. And I also have a really fancy career deck that's super neat. This one is a popular one that I use, Career and Life. I'm seeing that one, so we'll do both. Get a nice readout. And I'll just do like a standard 3-card pull, past, present, future. And I'm using the Rider-Waite, but it's got a design on it that looks like crows or ravens. It's pretty cool. Right. So, all right. Right, got to wake the deck up. This is selenite. Right. I've got me some incense back here. I'm going to clear the deck with some incense. All right. Heavenly Father, Spirit Team, angels, guides, divine ancestors, Holy Spirit, Jesus, whoever wants to chime in here. We thank you for helping Miss Lori and the collective, whoever watches this later, so people may watch this later on the replay, get the information that they need today for the highest and best good of everybody involved. Please and thank you. What message do you have for Miss Lori? I'm going to focus on your energy for a second. Yeah, the method, a lot of tarot readers will ask questions and try to probe. I don't do that. I do a cold read because it's more accurate. So in that way, you know that I'm really talking to my spirit. My spirit squad is actually what I call them because I got like a whole team of them. They're more like a squadron. I had these fall out, so I'm going to do these. Let's start with 3. All right. First card is the Death card upside down. That's card number 1. That's your past. Card number 2 is the 5 of Pentacles. That's your present. And card number 3 is the Tower upside down, which for me is a good thing. So you basically, some things that you've put in motion recent to do with your finances is preventing a pretty big tower moment for you. Whatever tower you're experiencing is a lot less than what it would have been without the things that you've implemented. The number 5 means change. So let me know what type of changes we got going on here. What do we got specific for Miss Lori, Spirit Team? Let's see. All right, so you've got some angelic assistance. Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles. So you're definitely going to be getting some more money flow coming in. You're going to get multiple messages. One person is going to be a water sign. That's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The other person is going to be either an air sign or an earth sign, as far as their astrology signals. Or they're going to have the personality type. I'll say that because sometimes they could be a water sign and have the personality of an air sign, right? They're going to have, the first person's going to be more emotional in nature. They're going to be emotionally intelligent. They're going to be tuned in, but very much on it as far as business connections go, right? This person is perhaps more artsy and more tuned in emotionally. You do have some angelic assistance happening right now, right? You got the Temperance card. He's got a halo. He's got one cup pouring into the other cup. So your cup's being refilled and recharged as we speak, right? And the result is going to be 2 messages coming in, not just one. This is your second person. Here's the first one that's going to contact you. That's what the card looks like, right? They may actually live by the ocean. I'm getting that. So, and they may be really into yoga. I know that's so specific, but I'm like, who is this person? Let's see if we can figure out what they look like. Sometimes my spirit team will do it. They'll do it. Let's see. Can we get an image of what this person looks like, maybe? They're tall. They take relatively good care of their health, and they either really visit the ocean a lot or they're near a body of water that looks like the ocean. But it really feels like a body of ocean. It doesn't necessarily have to be a tropical ocean, just an ocean. Like they're on the seashore. They like to do their walks on the beach. They like to pick up starfishes and seashells and do yoga and things like that. I see a tall gentleman with the image that I'm showing may be a moment out of time, but they have brown hair. It doesn't look gray from what I'm like visualizing. This person is kind of like slender, but very tall, like a tall, athletic, slender gentleman. And they may carry their age really well, and they may have a little hair colored in because it's given shoe polish. Speaking from an old hairdresser's perspective, right? I used to do hair, so I can spot that box hair dye in a heartbeat. But they have their hair colored. It looks nice on them, but they carry their age well. I would wager they are actually in their 60s, but they look like they're in their mid 50s or late 40s. So they really took care of themselves. This is the first person I'm seeing. So that's person 1 that's going to contact you. Person 2 is the Page of Pentacles. And it's given like, this is the card. I'm actually seeing this person may have a military background because I'm actually seeing a shield in my head. Like that picture, it looks like he's like really good at targeting issues. And that may come from a military background or a military family. Like it's one of the two, or, he did ROTC in school or something. Like there's some sort of, or maybe martial arts. It's one of those, like somebody has a lot of discipline, but I'm seeing a physical shield in my head. So this person's very, very air sign vibe. They are on their game financially. They are a no nonsense kind of person. So they're the kind of person that if we're going on a fun loving trip, they may kill the vibe a little bit when they enter the room, but people know that this person means business, right? So this is the vibe that I'm getting from this person. They are not Fruit Loop and fun like this other guy. This other guy is the guy that you want to take to the company party. This is the guy you want to go at the company party. This one is the one that you want working your bank statement and working your spreadsheets and doing your taxes. Just the guy you want doing that. Like, he does not give a fun vibe at all. Like he might need to work on that a little. But he is giving wisdom. This person's very wise when it comes to money. They're going to give you some strategies so that you're not having to hold on to your resources so hard. So this one's upside down, and it's not a bad thing. For me, like right side up is like more like you're being stingy with your money, but you got it upside down on the 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 of Pentacles is the one I'm pulling from the Rider-Waite deck, but the art looks a little different on the picture. But when you pull it right side up, that's more like, you're having to be stingy with your money and penny pinch. So you might have it to be like right now, but real soon you're not going to have to do that. So this person's going to be able to work around your tower moment that you've had. You're either in it right now, or you've already went through it, or you just got out of one. Like you're right there on it. The energy feels really recent. And it's upside down. So whatever disaster it has been diverted in the spirit realm, we are now waiting for that to manifest in the physical realm. And you're going to have 2 people contact you. One's going to be the life of the party, and the other one's going to be like, suck the life out of the party, but be very sound financially, right? So I'm getting this person is a little bit shorter than the other guy. His, as far as age, I want to say he looks like he's anywhere between 55 and 65 years old, but he's kind of got a little round belly, little round to him. He may not be as athletic as the other guy. He may be dealing with some health stuff, but this person is very rock solid when it comes to finances. So they more focused on their brain versus their body. That may be, maybe a message for them. They may need to get out and get some exercise, for real. So that's the Rider-Waite deck. Let me just pull one more card to see. And you're going through, you got the Hanged Man. So you're going through like an awakening of sorts. That can be very uncomfortable. When I see the Hanged Man, he's hanging upside down on a tree, and he's really seeing things from all perspectives, right? You've got the tulips there. You've got he's looking, everything's looking upside down, but from his perspective, he looks kind of like peaceful and serene at the same time. So even though things may look like they're falling apart, the person in the little bird in the picture is very much just kind of hanging out in that energy and just kind of processing it, and like processing the awakening or the changes that they're going through. Right now, at first you were resistant to change. You got the Death card upside down. That's not gloom and doom for folks, watching this later. The collective, this is not gloom and doom. When you get the Tower upside down, it's more of like, for me personally, now I've learned to communicate with my spirit team. Right? Everybody's going to be different when they interpret cards and stuff, right? You've got a standard interpretation for this card, and then I've got them actually speaking to me as I'm talking to her. They, typically the Death upside down means you're resistant to transformation or change in some fashion. Like it's uncomfortable. I'm not really feeling it. But you started out that way in the recent past, but now, you're working hard. You've got the 5 of Pentacles here. You've got people helping you. You've got 3 birds in this tree and 2 on the ground. So you've got a team of people, helping you get what you need. And they're helping you get those connections and things. But you got 2 people going to call you, message you something. So be FYI, that's coming in. I'm going to pull one more card as like the surprise card. Ooh, what we got? That looks... Let's see. You want to watch your energy levels. Don't push yourself to the point to where you're exhausted, right? You got the, now this one in the Rider-Waite, when you look at the traditional Rider-Waite deck, this one's the one with the dude in the bed and all the swords are coming down on the person in the bed. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 9 swords here. Like, let me just check on that, because that one's like, that picture looks totally different. I don't want to do that one backwards. But I'm getting like to watch your energy levels a little bit there. Immediately when I look at that. So they're saying don't watch your energy levels, but don't be inactive. Like anything you do to help further, your business or your career or what you're trying to do is a good thing. Consider that progress. Don't be so hard on yourself, like, or don't feel like, okay, it wasn't enough. What could I have done different? Don't dwell in that energy level, because you want to try to stay in an energy to where, the past is the past, you've learned from it, and now you're moving forward. But you're going to watch your energy levels while you do it. Like if you feel tired, it's okay to take a walk outside, or like a brief cat nap. It's okay to do that. They're telling me to like, it's okay if you need to take a nap, or you need to step outside or do a breath work outside, or tap. I do the tapping, man. That's when I get headaches and pain, I start tapping outside and get grounded. But you can manifest your fear is basically what this thing's saying. So you can manifest your fears if you're not watching your mindset, right? So they're saying be very, very careful. People that you listen to, if they've got a negative Nelly kind of attitude, make an excuse and say, I got a Zoom call, or I've got a phone call, or cut them off. Like, just make an excuse or something and just exit the room or exit the virtual room or whatever. But, because you don't want that mindset interfering with what you're trying to manifest, right? That's where the free will factor comes in. They're saying there's potential here if your mindset dips in a certain mind frame to, shortchange what you're trying to manifest here. So they're saying, just make sure you're trying to stay positive mentally, doing your affirmations, doing your walks, taking it one day at a time, right? Don't get anxious. You've got the Temperance card, which means there is potential to get impatient there. But you've got angelic assistance. Don't be shocked if they start sending you a lot of synchronicities and signs and things. That's totally normal when you're going through a transformation. It feels awkward, uncomfortable, and you're like, what the hell's happening? That's really the vibe that I get when I go through them. And, just do things that's going to build you up mentally, like to get you to that higher vibration, because that's where things manifest. When you can stay in that higher mindset, like what I do to combat that, let's say I got a negative thought about my appearance. I'm going to give you just a general example with what happens to me. If I'm feeling like, my hair's too flat today, or I'm feeling too fat today, or I'm just not feeling it today, I tell myself something instead that I really like about myself. I really like my eyes. I really like my creativity. And I will stand in front of a mirror and do that. Because if metaphysically, mirrors are powerful tools. You can stand in front of a mirror every day and say, I love you. You look yourself in the eyeball and say, I love you. I love you. I love you 3 times. Right. And then whatever positive affirmations you want to speak over yourself, do it in front of the mirror every morning and be like, I am healthy, wealthy, wise, and I am worth it. I look in front of a mirror, and it's hard when you do it in front of a mirror. It puts a little extra mojo on it. And this is a hot tip for anybody else tuning in too. Hot tip moment. Do it in front of a mirror. Affirmations are cool, but you kick it up a couple notches when you do it in front of a mirror and you're looking yourself in the eyeball when you do it. Especially if you like to read the Psalms. Psalms 23 in front of a mirror work wonders. Hot tip of the day. Sticky papers, nice. So get some of them sticky papers and get you a handheld compact mirror and do it that way. I've got a little reflective, case here for my headset, and I can see my reflection in it, and I'll actually get my little notebooks in the house and recite my Psalms and my prayers and my affirmations looking in the mirror here and then reading it here, you know, I'll do that too. So yeah, absolutely. Say them all over. Every time you run into them, say them out loud. Don't just say them in your head. You want to let your spirit team know that you are absolutely ready to manifest what you're trying to manifest, and watch it, you know, watch it manifest, you know, and speak it as if you already have it. This is a hot tip for everybody tuning in. Speak it as if you already have it. And, you know, don't say something like, you know, you want to thank your spirit team even if you haven't got it yet. So you want to say, you know, thank you for that new contact. That was awesome. Even though this person hasn't contacted you, you don't even know who it is at this point yet. Thank them. Say, thank you. You know, I enjoy new contacts. I enjoy new experiences. Thank you, spirit team. You know, you're phrasing it as if you already have it. That's totally different manifesting than I receive such and such and such. Well, that's cool. That's cool, but try changing your verbiage slightly. You know, I hear a lot of people on there, they're like, I receive $1,000 by Friday. Think about how you phrase that, is what I tell people. Like, you phrased it as if you don't already have it yet. If you change your mindset to something like, instead of saying I receive $1,000 by Friday, say, thank you for that $1,000. I enjoyed paying that bill on time Friday. So you're saying it in past tense. So when your spirit team's over there, there's no distance in the spirit realm. Like, there's no time over there. It's like an infinity loop. They can go forwards and backwards in time. Time doesn't mean the same thing over there like it does here, right? So, you know, to them, if you're speaking it in present tense, or if you've already got it, that triggers something on their end to manifest it a lot faster, right? It does something for them metaphysically. So that's a hot tip of the day. Now, if you have time, I do have a career deck. I've got a career deck, you know, if you want me to pull a card or two on this one. Yep, it's stuck in here as usual. All right. Yeah, this one is actually real straightforward, and the messages are super clear cut. Like, there's no guesswork on this deck. So let me change my incense. That's the only thing that goes through it so fast. I like to do a smoke cleanse on my cards. So this is a Tarot Deck 101 for anybody else rewatching this. Cleanse your deck clockwise. Cleanse it clockwise. Clear all negative energies out of this deck. Return it back to the universe where it belongs. Clear in the air, all right? Clear in this deck. Cool. Now, take your selenite, tap it 3 times to wake it up. Right. All right, thank you, Spirit Team, for that information from Miss Lori. We are pulling some cards out of the career deck. What specifically do you have for Miss Lori in regards to her career or her business or her, you know, financials? What messages do you have for her today? Please and thank you for the highest benefit and good of all involved. Amen. I always say that, everybody, because that covers you karmically. When you say for the highest good and benefit of all involved, that covers a lot of ground, you know, on a cosmic standpoint, and it keeps you from getting karmic kickback in a lot of areas. Especially if you do prayer teams or anything like that. Anytime you're praying for somebody or doing a tarot readout or doing a prophetic readout or whatever you want to call it, whatever name you want to put to it, that's a debate for later. Make sure that you're saying for the highest good and benefit of everyone involved. That way you're not overriding somebody's free will with whatever prayer session you're trying to do, healing session or whatever. Because their higher self may have a different perspective than they do as a person. You know, their higher self is connected to source. Right? That's the psychic. All right, so I'm gonna pull cards for you here. All right, what we got? Okay. All right, so they're saying so rewards is upside down in the past position. So you the actual card reads, and it's missing some of the little picture. I got something on it here. The deck's been through a lot. You are cashing in on all the good work you've done. Raises, bonuses, and prosperity are coming in. Keep going and keep growing. Well, this one was upside down, meaning you know, that's not flowing the way you want it to. You also got this one. It's a spider in a web, and they're saying trapped. You feel stuck in your current situation, but you do have options. Look for another job while keeping the one you have for now. And that could mean a lot of things on that card. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean a 9-to-5 job. You know, just keep your eyes open. And again, the other deck said you're going to be getting calls, so that may mean that you got to kind of put yourself out there a little bit to get that, trigger that person to actually call you. Now, you've got this sailboat on the water. It says passage. Your current situation is a means to an end. You are making the uncertain voyage to a new world. Enjoy the discoveries as you go. So there's maybe some cosmic factors at play here, and we can't see the entire picture is basically what I'm getting from this card. Like, it's almost like a journey. They're saying enjoy the journey in the moment of now. You know, they're saying the word now. So that means they want you to enjoy this current moment right now. And then a few minutes later, that moment then, right? What can you enjoy in this current moment? Is it a walk? Is it, you know, a bird outside? You know, enjoy the now moment. So they're saying enjoy the journey. Real passion. Stop wasting time in dead-end jobs and find your true passion. It's fine to experiment, but don't settle for less than you truly deserve. So you're worth a lot. Don't settle. You know, don't settle is what they're saying. Like, if an offer comes in and it's you know, if it's close to what you're looking for, that may be a real manifestation. But if it's, you know, if it's something like you got your criteria in your head with what you're looking for, but it's only got 3 of the 6 criteria you want, that, you know, I would wonder about, you know, if that's the real connection or not, right? If you have any check in your spirit when you're doing connections and things and you're doing that kind of work, that may not be, you know, if you don't have peace about it, you know, if I don't have peace about something, then I typically won't do that connection. But that you go with your gut on that one. But my gut specifically, if I don't have complete peace about it, then I typically won't go that route. Now, if it's just like a nervousness, sometimes I will feel the situation out and kind of ask questions and stuff. So they're also saying, okay, you can feel out a situation and ask a lot of questions to see if this is what you really want. But, you know, you're worth a lot, and don't settle for less than what you're worth. Journey. You may have to move to a new place for work or travel for work. Exploring the world gives you the experience you need to succeed. So you're going to be doing some traveling. Pack my bags, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. And I'm actually hearing that's an old song, and I don't listen to that song. So that's a spirit message. It's like, All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up and say goodbye. So if that's an old song you and a friend used to listen to, maybe you're getting ready to go visit that old friend, right? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from it, is an old friend and a happy memory. That person may reappear, or they may contact you on a social, or you may be getting ready to travel, do a little bit of traveling. That sounds fun, right? This dude's making his way. That's a really specific picture with those pyramids, so perhaps that part of the country. Um, Absolutely, but that's all I've got for right now, Miss Lori. Um, and I will put this on the screen there. We've got, you can ask a question. We're doing a collective read right now. Now, if you have a specific targeted question, the information's on the screen. You can send in a gift and I will read you personally. Right now, I am reading the collective as a whole. And, you know, Miss Lori sent in her gifts and, you know, I did a personal reading for her. Thank you, Miss Lori. I return your energy back to you with love, light, peace, hope, blessings, and love. And you have a fantastic afternoon and you be absolutely blessed. And definitely be on the lookout for those two. You got two people calling. And perhaps packing your bags and ready to go on a jet plane. I'm leaving on a jet plane. I was trying to think of the name of that song. I'm leaving on a jet plane. That's a spirit song that's coming through loud and clear, because I do not listen to that song. I don't have time. So cool. Awesome. I know you got to run, Miss Lori, and definitely, you know, if you've got a question, you can send in your gift there. Right. And I'm just clearing out messages so I can actually see it. Let me know. Thank you. Let me know when you've sent that in. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep reading the cards as a collective, right? You take what you like and you leave the rest. And this is for many people, like a collective read is for multiple people that may be tuning in, right? So let's see, what do we got? I'm going to clear the energy out. I'm hearing love. Somebody got questions about love. Okay. Mystic Love deck. We're going to switch to a love reading. You know, I'm not a big fan of love readings, but it is what it is. This deck is actually pretty fire, like it's got some real specific messages. All right, clearing the energy, clear all the negative fear-based energy, and clear it for the collective too. Guys, get some energy clearing. There you go. Thank you, Spirit Team. All right. Now, somebody may watch this later and have questions about love, or somebody I may be feeling their energy now. I don't know if it's now or later. Whoever's watching has got a question about love. I can feel it. We're going to wake the deck up here. Okay. And I'm going to tap in for a minute. My third eye's feeling it, so let me tap for just a second. All right, Spirit Team, angels, guides, ancestors, Source, God, Jesus, whatever your belief system is, call on your higher power. Thank you for your messages today. Thank you for Miss Lori. Make sure she's blessed today. And thank you for everybody tuning in, that they get the messages that they need for the highest good and benefit of all involved. Please and thank you. What messages do you have for the collective today? Please and thank you. Right. And if you actually send in a gift and you want a personal readout, let me know that you've done that. That way I can, check for it. I know what I'm checking for. And, I can actually get a lot more targeted and personal. Because collective readings I'm reading whoever's going to watch this now or later. May not necessarily, all things may not necessarily apply to everyone in the collective. But what messages do we have? This person or persons that I'm tuning into has questions about love. What messages do you have for the collective today about love? Please and thank you for the highest benefit and good of everyone involved in listening. Amen. Right. All right. So all right. So this one for the collective that may watch this later, you've got courage and strength upside down. So it's been a challenge for whoever's going to watch this later. It's been a challenge in love. Guidance is saying, chin up. You've done a good job. You've done really well for what you've been given to work with, and have some confidence in yourself, right? Now you've got anxiety and worry, but you've got it upside down. So that means you've taken steps to deal with the anxiety. You've done counseling, you've done therapy, you've taken the steps, you've done the walk, you've done the, accountability buddy system, you've done those things. So you're doing the steps and you're reversing the anxiety mental trap that you were in, right? Insecurities and self-esteem. So this may be actual like counseling that you're doing with a therapist or something, that you're working on your insecurities and self-esteem. Good job. Good, you're doing the work, man. And they're, as a collective, they're acknowledging your hard work, right? Keep up the good work. Now, here's the cool part. This is the card everybody wants in a love readout. I can't make this up. Love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. Right. Sometimes I get songs in my head. I don't listen to that crap. So that's definitely a spirit message for somebody. That specific song, Love and Marriage, you may like that TV show. I think it was a TV show back in the 90s. Kind of dating myself a little bit. But got the marriage card. Congrats, man. Like, don't be shocked if that person you're seeing actually does a complete turnaround and asks you to marry them, right? If they've been giving you mixed signals, it's because they haven't figured themselves out. But they're saying the end result of all that shadow work and self work that you're doing, and self-love, and the result is going to be marriage. So congratulations. This is the end of the collective read. I hope you guys have had a fun time tuning in. I thought I would change it up this week. I typically do an energy healing. Now I'm going to go swing over to TikTok, and I may actually do an energy read there, and I may do an energy healing there. So, stay tuned for more action-packed. Follow me on my Linktree. There's the Linktree, right? If you're not following me, make sure you're following, my socials on my Linktree and my bio. Make sure you check out my Shopify. I've got a metaphysical shop. I do candles, soaps, bath soaks, you name it. Metaphysically, I've got a whole section in there to help you manifest things that you want, right? Plus I do energy healing services as well. So definitely check out my Linktree and be blessed. I return your energy back to you with love, light, peace, hope, healing, joy, and love. Be blessed.